Massive flooding takes vast economic toll, and it's not done yet. The swollen Mississippi River, already spilling over into wide areas of the Mississippi Delta, has dealt the South a very heavy economic blow, but is seeping into every possible corner of the region's commercial and agricultural life, from Tennessee to Louisiana. The arteries and tributaries that normally supply the lifeblood of trade and business to the communities along the river's banks are now paralyzing them. The engorged river has disrupted waterway commerce, delaying barge traffic and forcing some cargo to be trucked overland. Grain elevators, a crucial link to the nation's grain exports, have been swamped. Early corn and soybean plantings on Delta farms are submerged. Like the very nature of water, the trickle-down effects of the historic flooding are leaving no corner untouched. Retail gasoline prices, already at 2-year highs, and food prices could rise in the region because of supply disruptions. Tens and tens of thousands of people are unemployed, shut out of jobs at establishments that are literally underwater. State and local government coffers, already strained by the need for belt tightening because of the economic downturn, may lose many millions of dollars in revenue from tourism and taxes. In approximately a dozen interviews, economists, farmers, and industry officials said they expected hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions, in damages, including crop and infrastructure destruction in communities along the 740 miles of river that meanders from Memphis to Louisiana. But while the final bill has yet to be determined, the costs are already being felt. In Yazoo County, Mississippi, a 61-year-old farmer said thousands of acres of his cotton and corn crops have already been destroyed. In our area in the South Delta, it is a widespread and very economically devastating disaster, he said in an interview. He said his annual revenue would be reduced by 40% because it was too late in the season to replant. In Louisiana, oyster beds have been flushed with fresh water from the unruly river after spillways were opened. Already, the state's crucial seafood industry had been reeling from the BP oil spill disaster. Oysters are getting crucified, said the executive director of Louisiana Seafood Promotion and Marketing Board. This water hit at the absolute worst time. Along the river, barge operators are weathering the economic turbulence. It costs an operator some $10,000 a day when there is a delay with a tow, which helps the unwieldy barges, sometimes up to 45 of them tied together, navigate. One barge has a capacity of 16 rail cars or 70 trucks, said Ann D. Burns, a spokeswoman at American Waterways Operators. The river's barge traffic, Ms. Burns added, is one of the significant building blocks of our economy. With the recent flooding, barges are running lighter loads and traveling during the day because navigation markers are submerged. Delays can have ripple effects throughout the economy, like slower coal deliveries to utilities, where costs can be passed on to consumers, or disruptions to the nation's grain exports that travel down the river, she added. All those things are slowing down the delivery of these commodities. The flooding, fed by heavy rains, has caused damage in 7 states, including Arkansas, Illinois, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, and Tennessee. In addition to farming, businesses including catfish farms, hunting and fishing, tourism, and casinos up and down the river have been affected. In broad terms, the economic hardships facing the flood-affected areas are traumatic to residents at any time, but they are also taking place when the nation is trying to recover from the 2008 financial crisis. In other words, everything is connected. Economists are only just beginning to assess the potential headwinds of the Mississippi River flooding. An academic study released last week said the cost to the Memphis area, including the city and the 630,000 people in 18 counties that feed into the urban area in jobs or spending, could easily reach $753 million in damages to crops, residences, and commercial and public infrastructure. An author of the study, Michael J. Hicks, the director of the Center for Business and Economic Research at Ball State University, said there were losses to the region's consumer base and trade disruptions in a region that connects the manufacturing heartland of the Midwest with routes traveling between the East and the West. I am going to estimate in the $6 billion to $9 billion range for total damages from Memphis southward to the Gulf, Mr. Hicks said. Between 2.1 million to 2.2 million acres of farmland have so far been affected by the record flooding in the Delta region, or approximately 1% of all United States cropland, according to estimates from the Army Corps of Engineers. While acknowledging the regional devastation, however, government economists say they do not expect a national grain shortage because there are plentiful stocks. A lot will depend on whether farmers will be able to replant. Oil companies have also been affected. In the Memphis area, Valero's refinery is located on a bluff, and another one in Louisiana is protected by levees. But with memories still fresh from Hurricane Katrina, Valero moved up its hurricane preparedness plans, securing equipment or moving it to higher ground, said a spokesman, Bill Day. Exxon Mobil Corporation shut the docks at its refinery and petrochemical complex in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and is only using its pipeline for operations. Yes, this is massive flooding on a historical or biblical scale. So far this year, there have been 5 natural disasters in the United States, each costing billions of dollars, and that is a new record also. In other words, climate change is already happening. It's already here, and it's changing rapidly all around the world with unforeseen consequences. The extreme weather or weather events are also a sign of the times, then times, transition days, which is a continuing day-by-day process of extraordinary changes, happenings, and events. It's about what kind of world are we leaving to the future generations. Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 16. Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways, and see, and ask for the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein. 17. Also I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet, or the warning. But they said, we will not hear. 18. Therefore hear, ye nations of the earth, and know, O congregation, what is among them. Revelation chapter 12, verse 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. 8. And prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil and Satan, which deceives the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our God, and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before God day and night. 11. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death. 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knows that he has but a short time. Revelation chapter 16, verse 15. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watches and keeps his garments, lest he walk naked, and they see his shame. 16. And he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon. These are more physical manifestations of the book of Revelation. Everything is connected, and everything is numbered.